And welcome back, Hot Podders, to the latest episode of the Lancashire Hot Pod. We've got a top episode planned for you because we've got none other than Gaz Corran, or Gaz Corran, as we clarified that last time, didn't we?
It's fucking Gaz Corran, isn't it? Let's just get this fucking straight now.
Well, to be honest, sir, I will say that because
Sir Gaz Corran.
Because before you came in as just Gaz Corran, sort of boxer, MMA. But what's your title now?
Sir. No.
King.
Yeah. No, well, I've been called all sorts last couple of weeks, but it's just the same, isn't it? It's no different.
No, but you are a world champion.
Yeah, as such, yeah, I suppose so.
Bare knuckle. What's the actual... I can see the belt from here.
Come on, let's have a look at the belt. Get it out. We'll take a photo.
World Bare Fist Boxing Association champion.
That's some title.
Well, like a WWF belt. Bare Fist Boxing Association champion.
That's some title.
Well, like a WWF belt, isn't it?
It's a little bit better than that.
Yeah,
it's not
alligator skin, full alligator.
Yeah, it looks like alligator skin on back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Well, you did take it off some kind of crocodile Dundee.
Well, we did, didn't we? You got it from an Australian man. Yeah, he might have made it.
Yeah. So, Wicked, listen, guys, congratulations. I know we're messing about a bit, but congratulations on the fight.
Thank you.
Obviously, we'll get stuck into the lead up to the fight and sort of in the fight. But Gav, it's quite complicated, getting the Zs and the Vs.
You were clever and all.
No, not really. It's Friday night, and it's been a tough week at work. But I believe that you have taken a leaf out of sort of athletes' books and given up the beer.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not athletic, it's just stopping an addiction, I suppose.
Stop drinking and up to salt.
It's your inspiration, guys.
I'm taking that mushroom just to get them all back. So, I've stopped with the beer. I've got the lion's mane
got
kicking
onto
in.
mushrooms.
Memories kicking in.
Well, he hit me with a stat earlier. What was it? Every time you have a beer,
so many million brain cells. You lose so many million brain cells, and it can take years to get them back. But what else was there? Oh yeah, I've got. Oh my god, that sounded horrible.
Yeah, it did.
That's 1,000 brain cells gone.
That's 1,000 brain cells.
Look at that, he's downing Australian beer as well.
I know.
I got it especially for you, but you're obviously you're not a drinker, so.
No.
So yeah, so anyway, let's cast our minds back to the 27th of July for Fighting Talk Volume 1, when we sat in these same positions. We've not changed them, don't worry. And we were talking about your preparation for the fight, the diet, the regime that you've gone on. So can you take us back to after the podcast, that sort of month before, and how did you ramp up for it, mate? How did you get the fight, the final preparations?
We kind of had a few problems, and nobody knows this really. We kind of had a few problems leading up to that. Just after this podcast, the lads who I train will know, people pretty close to me, but I've got a screw in my knuckle in the forefinger in the first one. This one here, I've got a screw in there. Now, holding that knuckle together, I split it in half years ago fighting. I damaged it in sparring and it swelled up bad. It was that bad I couldn't even turn my steering wheel.
I remember this.
Not nice to say, I couldn't even wipe my arse with my hand. It were bad. I couldn't touch anything with my hand, even just door handles, stuff like that. My hand were a real mess. I couldn't even make a fist with it. This is like 2 weeks out from the fight. I think it were about 21 days left. We had 3 week. And I was speaking to Steve. He's like, "Oh, what are you going to do?" And Matt Bolton and everybody, so we're just saying, well, we're just going to have to go with one hand. And honestly, we thought that we're going to be it. We're just going to have to do with what we had, and what will be. But
what potentially go into the fight with one hand?
Well, we had to. Yeah, we had to. You can't pull out, can you? You can't pull out of a fight 3 weeks ago. Well, I ain't pulling out for shit anyway. I'm not asked. I had one hand that I could have not. In my head, I would have been blocking with my right hand and punching with my left hand. So. You can try and hide it, I suppose, for a couple of rounds, but no doubt his cornerman and he'd have noticed I weren't punching with my right hand, but, it is what it is. But, so I spoke to a guy called Mark Heffron. Now, Mark Heffron's a really, really good boxer, from top 10 in country from Manchester. Now, Mark Heffron's Really, really good boxer from like top 10 in country from Manchester. He's a real big puncher, Mark Efron, and he had similar issues with his knuckle. Now he's had a massive operation on his knuckle, and he had like the cortisone injection in his knuckle. So I bit the bullet and risked it, and I went to Wilmslaw private hospital and paid to have the cortisone injection.
What's cortisone?
Let me just say,
it's a steroid, isn't it?
It's a steroid anti-inflammatory injection, something along those lines. But the issue I had were, he said, "Yeah, I can do it. There's no definite that it's going to work. You know, I can't give you a definite. You've got to sign this waiver saying, you know, it could make it worse, which it can." You know, it were 150. Well, to be honest, it were all or nothing at that point. I thought it couldn't get any worse than what it were.
That's it, yeah.
So, you know, I bit the bullet, did it. But the problem we had when we were doing it, he said, "It'll only take a few seconds, this. You know, he's got to," so he's like pulling my finger so it opened the joint, because he's got to go into the knuckle joint. Right? So I've got to pull my arm back, he's pulling my finger. And
it's like a fight out just for
like just exactly the same as that, yeah. So he's trying to get inside of my knuckle, but you know, over the years, it's my knuckles all callous where I've had where I've had the screw here. So you can see it there. It's just all bone there. It's just like calloused over. So he's going in, bending. The needle's actually bending. I put it on Instagram. The needle's bending, and this goes on for 3 minutes. This. Now, people who know me well know I'm shit scared of spiders and needles. No good for me. So I'm nearly blacking out. I'm thinking, on Instagram, the needle's bending, and this goes on for 3 minutes. This. Now, people who know me well know I'm shit scared of spiders and needles. No good for me. So I'm nearly blacking out. I'm thinking, okay, this needs to be over pretty quick, because I was pulling the whitey. Blood everywhere, needles bending. So and then he goes, it's not working, that. So I'm like, yeah, no shit, mate. So he pulls my finger other way, pops it in that side, went in straight away on the inside of my knuckles. We're done. Everything. He said, you know, it'll be a bit swell for a few days, and give me a ring to let me know how it is. But basically, that's all I can do for you. So comes out. I mean, it was sore, real sore for 3, 4. Probably 5 days, I couldn't even move my hand. So this is like rolling up for 2 weeks out, and I'm thinking, this is, you know, it's just done. I don't know why we should be doing this. He just said, give it a bit more time, a couple of days. And then just from nowhere, I woke up one morning, all swelling had gone, the movement had come back, and it's actually better now than what it's been since I had it done about 10 years ago. So whether or not I've had a bit of luck, I've got full movement in again now, and it goes further down. So it used to stick up. But honestly, now it's absolutely brand new again.
Happy days.
It's very, but so that's what happened leading up to it. And luckily enough, that's the hand that I caught him with.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good job as well. So, and it held up in fight, bang on. It were a bit sore after, you know, it all swelled up, but it's you know, there were no breaks right in it. Just more bruising and stuff like that. So. Yeah, that were the issue leading up to the fight, but apart from that,
oh, good. So after after the podcast, it was so it's been our probably most popular, most downloaded. I think
what did we get?
Over 500 downloads,
did we? Cool.
Which is great.
Cool.
And
people love fighting.
Well, you know, I think they like understanding the sort of behind the scenes as well.
Course,
this isn't just like a normal boxing match.
No.
But what's funny though is the podcast reached across the pond down under.
The most popular country after the UK was Australia.
Never.
Honestly, yeah. So,
that's cool,
because Mr. Social Media Wizard over here, obviously doing the promo, and we were trying to push it out as best we could, and you know, support it, and you know, get it out there as much as we could. So you shared it on Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah.
And sort of, I started chatting to the guy that you were fighting.
Yeah, he's got a massive following over there.
Yeah.
He's like the top guy, isn't he? So.
But you were having a bit of banter with him, weren't you? Give it to him. He's a top guy. He's a nice guy. We had a good laugh on that after. He's a good guy, yeah.
Well, you even said he was going to go out with you after he wanted to go out for a beer with you.
Right, because I were on last, obviously. we got it were a bit awkward because everybody were like kind of warming up in the same room. Now I don't even want to see this whoever I'm fighting.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get in the zone, as you were. So we went into a different room, like into the gym side of it. So because we were last, by the time I left my gear in there, by the time I got back up, they'd shut the gym.
Right.
So I had no trainers, no trackies, nothing to put on. I actually went home with my wraps still on in Stevie's car, and my fight shorts and my fight boots on in the car, and that was it. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I were having some banter with him. I were putting him down a bit, but then just having a laugh with him, and I sent him podcasts and stuff.
Yeah. How did you? You sent it to him, yeah.
Not trying to give him an heads up or anything. I was just.
Well, it is what it is, isn't it? It doesn't make any difference to fight now. I don't think talking.
Did you do any of the?
Not trying to give him an heads up or anything. I was just.
Well, it is what it is, isn't it? It doesn't make any difference to fight now. I don't think talking.
Did you do any of the? Because you were on about doing the sort of the Skype or the promo. Did that
Yeah, no,
happen?
I didn't do it because I'm not interested in shit like that. To be honest, it's not my thing. I mean, obviously you've got to promote a fight and whatnot, but I don't really like the talking shit to each other. It means nothing.
Yeah,
it means absolutely nothing to me. It's pointless. It's a pointless thing because whatever I say to you and whatever you say to me means
just for other people's
absolutely
benefit,
nothing on fight night. No. It's just words.
It's hype, though, isn't it? It's hype for the fight.
People can talk that much shit and it means nothing. So it doesn't interest me. And I told the promoter, he were a bit upset, guys, we're trying to promote this fight, blah, 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 blah. I just said, look, I'll do my job. You let him talk shit. I'll do my job on fight night. You just make sure he's there on fight night. That's all I kept saying, But not something we're wrong, but they were a bit overweight. I think about 2 weeks ago from fight, we were on running track one morning. Well done, Gav. Is that you, Gav?
What did he say?
Telling me.
Do
you know what?
What did he say to me before? Yeah. Honestly,
come on, Gav.
Amateur.
That's if you're listening to the podcast, Mark Kerr, that was your fault.
Yeah. So one morning, me and Matt Bolton, my trainer, Matt helped me out a lot. He put a lot of time into it. He was getting up at 6 in the morning, coming down to the track with me, and we were doing sprints. And he said to me, I gets back, we're just doing sprints. I gets back and he said, your phone's just rung, and it was like 7:20. So I thought, it must be a message. She must have just got up with kids. Looked, it's my mate Batewell, who's the promoter. I thought, here we go. Why is the promoter ringing me at 7:30? I've had these phone calls before. There's something definitely wrong.
Yeah.
So I rings him back like, mate, I'm not being funny, but why are you ringing me, mate, at this time? He's not pulled out, has he? And he's like, no, he's not pulled out, but... And I'm like, right, he got it into his head that it was 87 kilo fight. We'd agreed on 87 kilo. I'd never agreed on 87 kilo. I got told it was 85. A couple of days previous than that, I'd posted like an 8-week transformation picture saying I were 87, 2 kilo to go. So at that point, I'm thinking to myself, right, well, is he having a bit of an issue dropping this weight? Losing this weight. Obviously, you don't want to look too far into it and start getting yourself a bit of confidence because 2 kilos now that you're there, it's something like 4.5 pounds. But it actually turned out on the night he said that he'd lost over 15 kilos for the fight. So it actually turned out on the night he said that he'd lost over 15 kilos for the fight. So maybe he were. And to be fair to him, he looked pretty gaunt when he come for the weigh-in. He weighed I think it was 0.8 of a kilo over. So Matt Bolton made him put his, we said, look, you're too heavy. It's for a world title. Is you too heavy? Batewell, the promoter, said, you need to get your sweatsuit on and get
sweated out.
Get cracking.
And he weren't happy. He weren't happy at all. There was no sauna. So he had to warm up. Well, get this 0.8 off in front of everybody. Obviously, it's not looking professional, but he knew he were overweight because he come in looking really gaunt. And I've seen fighters, because I do the weight cut, I do the water cut and all the rest of it. You know when a fighter's very gaunt. You look at Conor McGregor when he does like, is it what? Featherweight, yeah. How gaunt he looks like, that kind of drawn.
Yeah.
He looked like that. So I had no problem with my weight, so... yeah, so, you know, he when we did that to him, and his head went after a bit, he started swearing, you fucking baba. You know, he weren't happy at all. So he'd thrown his toys out, probably walked up into the changing room, kicking stuff around it, changing room.
Did he throw his didgeridoo out?
And then we were like, you know, kind of 1-0 to us because, you know, we rattled him a little bit, you know. So, yeah, that was the day before, so no doubt he'd not had anything to eat that day either, which was good with me.
So go on then, talk to us about fight day. Sort of, you know, what sort of your frame of mind? What's your preparation?
I'll be honest with you,
beforehand?
I don't get nervous for fights, mate. I just don't. I don't know whether it's because we've been doing it so long.
Well, I remember you talking about this before on the last podcast about how you go into a fight. Was there any difference about going into a fight for a world title?
Yeah,
more pressure?
yeah. There were. Well, do you know what? Yeah, there were. Well, do you know what? Actually, up till the day before, maybe I didn't. I spoke to Stevie on phone, and he just said, "How are you feeling?" I just didn't feel. I had no nerves whatsoever. My hand were right again, you know. So that my confidence had just boosted again because I thought I was going with one hand. I'm back with two hands again, which is massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know. And I just said, you know, Steve, it's a bit weird, mate. I don't feel anything. And Steve was saying, well, you should be doing. You know, it's not normal not to be feeling nerves, guys. You need to be feeling something, mate. And I'm thinking, oh, well, you know, well, King Dick in it here, thinking, yeah, well, all that went on fight day, let me tell you, because I said to my missus, I said, look, you know, because I'm pretty much vacant when on fight day.
Yeah.
You know, she's speaking to me.
Lights are on, but no one's home.
Exactly like that, because my head's somewhere else. So I just said, look, babe, can you, when on fight day?
Yeah.
You know, she's speaking to me.
Lights are on, but no one's home.
Exactly like that, because my head's somewhere else. So I just said, look, babe, can you do something with kids? Just get me out, you know, get out of here and do whatever. And so she did. She took kids to her mates and she left me in the house all day on my own, which actually was probably the worst thing to do because
I
nearly wore an all-in wood floor, mate. Honestly, because I started pacing, shadowboxing, pacing. I'm trying to relax and that, but and it just kicked in. No, I won't say nerves. You know, it's just adrenaline. It's like adrenaline because you know I trained 14, 15 weeks for that, and I put an awful lot into it. You know, a lot of money, a lot of training, a lot of time. We out with family. You know, everything, and a lot of people not counting on me, but you know, you don't want to let anybody down, do you? So, you know, there were a lot riding on it, and it hit home for about 3 hours.
After I'd have been knackered.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what? Right, I've been doing it. I know a guy called Dave, right? And I started doing a lot of things. Something called, you know, have you boys heard of Wim Hof, the Dutch guy?
No.
Right, well, have a look. I mean, anybody listening to this podcast, you've got to look at this guy, Wim Hof, W-I-M Hof. He's a Dutch guy, and he's got like 25 world records for. He does underwater ice swims. He's done Kilimanjaro in 3 days, just with some shorts on and his trainers.
He's not the guy that goes to Hawaii training, doing that underwater training, is he?
Hawaii?
Yeah.
No, he's into cold, this guy. He gets into ice baths. He's into...
Oh, I have seen him. I've seen him on telly.
This guy is, honestly... So he does this thing anyway called Wim Hof breathing, right?
Right.
So basically this Wim Hof... And, you know, for anybody, like I say, who's listening, you want to give it a whirl because it's deep breaths, blah, 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 and you do like 5 sets of it. And it just major relaxes your body, and I mean it's crazy. You can actually after these 5 sets of it, you blow all your air out, and you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. I was holding my breath for 3 minutes with blowing all my air out, and then it's like you zone out. Now, do you know when you blow a balloon up and you get that tingly feeling, and you get that
head rush,
right? Now, I always thought that meant you were going to black out, and I'm sure everybody else. No, do you know what that is? That is oxygen in your brain. Oxygenated in your brain, oxygenating everything. You're getting like mad tingles in your fingers and stuff like that. It's crazy. You've got to give it a whirl.
I'm just looking at it.
It's
like making up for the oxygen that you've just blown out.
It's on YouTube, right? So you're just oxygenating and alkalizing your body.
Right.
No.
It says he's known as the Iceman.
The Iceman.
As a Dutch extreme athlete noted for his ability to...
No.
It says he's known as the Iceman.
The Iceman.
As a Dutch extreme athlete noted for his ability to withstand freezing temperatures, has set Guinness World Records for swimming under ice and prolonged full body contact with ice, and still holds a record for the barefoot half marathon on ice and snow.
Yeah, he actually did a marathon through, I think it was Norway, a full marathon, just with his shorts on, no trainers and nothing, and he didn't even train for the marathon. Not even been running, and it's all to do with his mind and his.
I was just going to say, it's a bit of a sidetrack here, a bit of a side note, but. So people go to the North Pole, they do the Antarctic and all that, and if they're exposed to ice and freezing conditions, you get frostbite.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Your body is not built for that shit.
They've done mad tests on him.
I'm just saying,
like crazy tests on him, and he's saying it, and it's something to do with controlling something in his pineal gland and all sorts. It's really
so
deep.
There's a physiological sort of thing as well.
There's a real deep involvement, and he's saying he never, ever, ever gets ill, ever, and it's all to do with acidic, right? So. This breathing technique, what it does is it pushes new oxygen cells through your body. So let's say you've got half cells that can form that can be cancerous cells, like it calls them dirty cells and half cells. It gets rid of all these dirty cells because it needs to make room for brand new oxygenated cells, which makes sense when you think about it. Yeah. So, coming up to this fight, me and my mate Dave, he's heavily into all this kind of stuff. He's into alkalizing his water. Real heavy guy. He's so knowledgeable about it. He kept saying to me about doing this breathing, so I started doing the breathing. Not only did my cardio go up with it, but just going back to the day of the fight, just totally, relaxes you. You get that massive adrenaline thing when we're doing the breathing. And then boom, back down again, and it's just crazy. I was getting my hands wrapped before the fight. I was doing it then. Just did the breathing technique, and it's easy how you do it, And there's no fancy technique. It's just
breathing's and everything, isn't it? Yoga, Pilates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you speak to it, you look at these people who do. I mean, I've never done yoga. I want to get into yoga. You look at these people who do yoga, especially these older people. Yeah. Look how healthy they look.
Yeah.
They do, don't they?
Hey, mate, I do Pilates down at Lower. I've done in the past. I am the youngest person there by about 30, 40 years, and they are able to do moves that I cannot even think about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just showing off because you're a young man.
Yeah.
Young man!
Oh, yeah.
There is a bit of that.
Yeah.
That's why I go. So breathing, preparation. So you obviously help with the sort of mental side and just calming down.
Yeah.
Walking out. Do you have your tune playing?
And then the nerves. Once I got there were no nerves at all. It was weird. It were in my house. Stevie and Matt picked me up. We drove there, a bit quiet in the car. As soon as I got there, nothing at all. It was just everything like it was just meant to be, and it was just everything felt right. It was crazy. I felt right. I'd had a massive rest for a week, because all top fighters will tell you, the overtraining is worse than not training enough. Because it's my mate Princey, big fight promoter and manager. He calls it like simmering. So you've got to peak at your top highest level, right? So if you go over your peak by overtraining, it takes you 3 weeks to get that back again.
Yeah.
So, he calls it simmering. Now, Jack McGann's dad is telling me about, if you look back at, say, to get that back again.
Yeah.
So, he calls it simmering. Now, Jack McGann's dad is telling me about, if you look back at, say, Olympic Games gold medalists, right? They all do the world records, break the world records in the last week of the Olympic Games because they all peak at the right time.
Yeah.
Now, Jack McGann's still saying, look, you need 4 days a week off. I'm like, 4 days? Come on, man. He's like, no, trust me. Just trust me. And he's a very, very, very knowledgeable guy. It's Jack McGann's dad. They've had Wolf Slayer. He used to train Michael Bisping, Czech Congo, all them. He owned that gym. So he's like, guys, just trust me. Right, so I'm like, because what happened were I kind of hit peak fitness 2 weeks before. and you know that by your track times, because what we do with sprints, right? So I was doing like 120 on the track. You get a minute rest and then you go again. Do that 6 times. And if you're holding the same time or roundabout in a few seconds on each lap, then that means you're there.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I was there about 2 or 3 weeks before. So he's like, look, you're too early. You're too fit too early. You need to wind it back a bit, and you need to start eating more shit, like more pizzas and that. Because as the fitter your body goes, your metabolism's burning like mad, and you're coming up to fight day. It's like your body knows. It's like your body knows you're going into battle. I put it, and it starts losing weight instantly. It loses like 3, 4, 5 pounds. It's mad. It just does. So I actually. He started eating like McDonald's and, it's stuff with sodium and salt in it, like you are at minute, Gal.
You probably timed that right, actually, because they've got the. You probably timed that right, actually, because they've got the. They brought back the double cheeseburger at McDonald's. So timed that just right.
Yeah. So we were doing that. So it's all about peaking at the right time. So I kind of had, before that fight, I think in the last 2 weeks, I think I trained 3 times. That were it. From training 2 to 3 times a day. Once you've got that peak fitness, you've got to just simmer it and hold it there. Because if you go over, then you get run down and, all the rest of it. In fact, that's the thing, actually. I just remember then, actually, 2 week out, I got I felt like I slightly went over a little bit. We had a real heavy spar. My last sparring session with Ewan. And we said, look, this is last spar. Let's just have it now. Last one, heavy spar, and then that's it. And I think we did like 6-8 rounds, and we really were like complaining like his appendicitis or something. And he's like doubled up on floor all of a sudden. So I thought, I'm not risking this because it's a pretty dangerous thing. So I've come home from training, no shower, no food, no nothing. Like my body's shot.
Absolutely exhausted.
Wham, got him up to hospital straight away. I spent 4 hours up at hospital. Sat in a room with people with flu, coughs, all sorts. I didn't even think in my head about it. Day after, a bit like that. Wow. 2 days after, boom, full of a cold. I mean, I was quite lucky because it weren't an head cold. It was like a sore throat, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to go to my head, and then it's going to go to my chest, and I'm going to have a chest infection for fight. And so we were like hitting ginger and turmeric, and I got down on garlic tablets. I'm hitting everything. Vicks over my head with the full job fight, and so we were like hitting ginger and turmeric, and I got down on garlic tablets. I'm hitting everything. Vicks over my head with the full job, and so I was like, actually, you and my sparring partner, I can't believe it. We've done all this sparring, blah blah blah, and it's like absolutely gutted. But I think looking back, it actually did me a massive favour because I had total rest.
Yeah,
and that's just going back to, that's how it fits into that. I had total rest. Where I didn't train at all because I were in bits, so I think, like I say, I think I trained in 2 weeks, like 3 times. So on fight night, I was firing on all cylinders, and I had Wayne Ambrose who did my meals and that. He was coming up with these fancy gel things like the all Tour de France riders. It's like electrolyte gels. Mate, it was crazy. He had me on potato wedges, and
you
so
have to get your magnesium up in it.
I don't know what it was, to be honest, mate. I just left that to him. He had like electrolyte drinks. He gave me like on the day, because obviously we did a weight cut the night before. We couldn't eat anything for a couple of hours. On the day of the fight, I had to eat so many carbs every 2 hours. And honestly, it was just crazy. By the time I got to the fight that night, and I drank so many litres of these electrolyte waters in these gels, and they were like little jelly bean sweets, but like glucose. Well, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it was just crazy. My body was just firing on all cylinders. And just in warm up room with all lads there, I just said, it's there. I just knew. I was shadowbot, and I just knew. I were relaxed, I were fast, everything was like fluid, and I just thought, fucking, this guy's getting it. And at that point, I was totally confident about them ups and downs. You know, I think that's part and parcel of it.
That's how you deal with the downs, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
So getting into the ring, you mentioned earlier before the podcast came on. I forgot what the fuck I was going to say then.
Come on, Gav.
You know what this is? Because he's not drinking. It's because he's not drinking.
There's no alcohol.
Too much sodium. Too much sodium.
Exactly. Magnesium, electrolytes, and magnesium salt.
He came in. I went, "Are you having a beer?" He went, "No."
I'm above that now.
I almost fell off my sofa.
Preacher.
I was like, "What? You're not having a beer?" Like, I've not had a beer since one.
Yeah, well, you lot drinking.
Sunday.
Yeah, you lot.
Should have seen the look he gave me when I cracked open.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So, have you remembered? Have you got your brain cells back?
So go on. Spit it out.
So getting into the ring.
Yeah.
Before the last podcast or after the last podcast, we spoke about. I watched a couple of his fights at Anthony's.
Yeah.
And he kept putting his hands up.
Yeah.
And it were bugging me. Putting his hands up.
Yeah.
And it were bugging me. So I don't know what it were doing to the guys who were fighting. And you said you had something planned for that.
Yeah. Well, we did. We had. You know, obviously, you look at his fight. I didn't look at his fight. I don't like watching anybody, me, obviously, because it can not get in your head, but it can change your style of fighting. That's what I think anyway. I've got this thing of, I've got to go and do what I do. And, you know, if I do what I do, it doesn't really matter what he does, you know. But obviously, you've got to watch some of his fights because you need to know his strengths and needs to find his weaknesses. And he did do that hand thing where he puts his hands open and he puts them quite high and he puts them quite close. But, you know, we were saying, is he going to do that with me? Because the people he's done it with kind of like back off and they're a bit intimidated.
It's like off-putting, isn't it?
It is very off-putting,
It's like off-putting, isn't it?
It is very off-putting, yeah. But, you know, so what we were doing is, we were doing it, and Alex Matvienko from Elite showed me this. I think he said Martin Murray. He used to do it with Martin Murray. He used to put his hand down, post it out. So I was just left hooking his hand, his arm, his like forearm, his wrist. Now if somebody slams your forearm and your wrist,
weakening it. It's weakening your weapons.
It might not hurt first time round, but you do 3 or 4 of them, and you can have a dead arm.
Yeah.
You know, and we would do like step into the side and then boom in the body and then left up. So, you know, we had a couple of combinations to roll off it. So, you know, and then he did like a. He does like a diving left hook. He uppercuts after it and tries backing you up against ropes, which he did with me, to be fair. But you know, the game plan was to tuck up and stay tight.
Well, that's one of the things you mentioned before the podcast. You were like, you've just got to like take your time, back off a bit, just watch his style to see how he's going into this fight.
You know, me and Howard down at obviously this guy's an experienced bare knuckle guy. He's a champion. You know, he's got us on the experience on the bare knuckle side. There's just nothing you can do about that. So. Yeah. What we need to do is, you know, because we've not had that much footage of him and we've not watched that much, let's just have a look at him first round, just feel him out, let's just see what he's throwing and, you know, don't take any risks. Every now and again, if it's there, throw a jab or a 1-2, you know, but let's not open up. So, you know, that was the game plan, stay tight, tuck up, and if a shot's there, just take it. And kind of, I felt like, I said to Howard one day, I said, what do you think he's going to do, Howard? Do you think he's going to have that come forward style against me? You know, blah, blah, blah. And he just said, you know, you're a big lad, Gaz, and I don't think he's going to risk using that style straight away. He's not going to risk coming all the way from Scotland, from fucking, not coming over, all the way from Australia, you know, and risk going away from Australia, you know, and risk going out there in first round and getting caught,
charging you.
So I were kind of expecting him to not back off, but you know, have a bit of a feel out as well. You know, it's like a relax into a fight. Well, there were none of that with me. He just come out and he were banging. And to be fair, I've watched a lot of these bare knuckle lads, and they all do it. It seems to be like a bit of a thing that they do.
Well, do you not think that's because with it being bare knuckle, you get the first shot in?
Well, maybe. Maybe, down, but you can do that against somebody who's a muppet, but you can't do that against me, mate, because I'm just going to smash your head in when you come and do forward. Like, no, it's right, because, you know, you took up its catch and counter time. That's what we call it. Catch, counter, which is what I did with him. You know, because people took up and it draws people in it. You know, they think, oh, I've hurt him. or he's backing off, or his guard's up. So now it's time for me to open up, and it's just catch and counter time, which is what I caught him with.
So you didn't just catch him once. You didn't just catch him twice.
I caught him with. He caught me with like a bit.
Can you remember this?
Yeah.
Can you remember the details of the fight, or is it just a bit blurry?
Yeah, no, it's totally. I was totally relaxed, to be quite honest. In this one, it was crazy. Like I say, everything just felt right in it. Everything was pretty slowed down. I slowed everything down in my head. Everything was. I can remember the one thing that I do remember. The first thing I remember about in the fight, and it was a bit weird. I've always, in every fight I've ever had, apart from the wrestling and grappling fights, I've always wore gloves, right? Whether it be 16 ounces in sparring or 10 ounces boxing fights or the 4 ounce in MMA, right? Obviously we had no gloves on, so we just had wraps on, right? The first jab I hit him with, and it hit him in his... No, honestly, I just thought... Because even when you've got a boxing glove on and you hit a bag, that force is took by all 4 knuckles, isn't it? And as soon as I hit him, and I just felt like, wow, it was like hitting plasticine. It just felt like that, and I instantly thought it, even at fight, which were a bit weird. Yeah, it's a bit odd, that, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a mad thought to have when you're fighting for.
Well, yeah, it is, but
it crowd all around you is like,
yeah,
that guy's
plasticine.
like plasticine.
Yeah, but you can't hear that, I can't hear anything else. It's
drowned out.
It's weird. It's total silence. It's mad. You can have music, screaming, lights, whatever. There's nothing. It's total silence. It's like tunnel vision, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your body goes into what do they call it? It's like fight or flight mode, isn't it? Whatever they call it.
Higher state.
Yeah, and it's just zoned. I think he thought he would. I mean, probably like we were saying before, he thought he would come and just going to do me at first round like he was doing with everybody else, and I think everybody else did. Like we just said before we started the podcast, they did a.
And we're joining in on comments on Facebook, and they were all calling him Diamond Eyes or Blue Eyes or something.
Yeah, they did a Facebook poll, and I think you were 87% to do me. And I'm thinking, who the fuck's this guy? And I'm thinking, I better watch out here, mate, because shotgun this, and he's you better watch for the overhand right. He's going to put you to sleep. And I'm thinking, so morning after I'm working on fucking defending overhand rights, and
so they've helped you in a way.
No, it does, because it tells you he's good shots, doesn't it? And then I'm thinking, well, he must have a good overhand right, which he did, because he did catch me.
Well, that's what he was doing in his 2 previous fights that I saw. He were uppercutting.
Uppercut. He goes like an overhand right, and then uppercut, and he jumps into a lot of shots. Yeah, so. And then I'm thinking, well, he must have a good overhand right, which he did, because he did catch me.
Well, that's what he was doing in his 2 previous fights that I saw. He were uppercutting.
Yeah, uppercut. He goes like an overhand right, and then uppercut, and he jumps into a lot of shots. Yeah, so. And to be fair to him, he's a tough guy, because I caught him halfway through his punch with a big punch square on, straight inside the jaw, and he went down, and I thought that were it, to be honest. I thought he's not getting up from that, because I connected. I was working on a shot, we call it stitching, and it's like suckering him in, you throw your left leg back while you're throwing the right hook, so it's like like a baseball player would throw a baseball, where he uses his leg, right, to whip it.
Oh yeah,
puts
the power behind it.
It's kind of a rotation, isn't it? But you put so we've been working on that shot. So I caught him flush with it, and I thought, I didn't think BKB. Obviously, you get 20 seconds to get to stand up. It's not like boxing. No boxing.
20.
You get 20. Yeah, you get 20.
But he didn't take it.
No, he didn't take it. Which I was shocked at. He got up straight away. And obviously then it was just a matter of not rushing it, because, too many times I've seen people, and it's happened to me, you knock somebody down, you go to finish them, and you leave yourself up on yourself. And then when somebody's hurt, they're throwing big shots, their technique goes out window, and they're throwing big shots, and that's when you get clocked.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm not risking it, I take your time. I think a bit of experience comes in then as well, And we are just lucky to. I think after that first one, he couldn't recover. I think he said after he's struggling to recover. So it was just a thing of.
He came on the offensive again. He was.
He come
was
again.
Attacker, so
this is the thing. So it was just a thing of.
He came on the offensive again. He was.
He come again.
Attacker, so
this is the thing. He come back again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like. For me, I'd have just
like a rookie mistake, really.
Yeah, I'd have kind of like just backed off a bit and get through the round, but that's just his style of fighting, isn't it? That's just kind of fighter he is. You know, that's why he was champion, I suppose.
Yeah.
And he even after I knocked him down for a second time, he did it again. I think he caught me with the overhand right after I'd knocked him down. I was going to finish him, and he caught me with a sweet overhand right in jaw. I was chewing like a cow for about 2 days. Honestly, mate, my mouth, I couldn't even put my teeth together. But yeah, obviously we caught him, and then they stopped it. To be fair, I didn't even know about the 3 knockdown rule. Even if that is a rule now, I don't know whether that's why they stopped it or is because the referee just thought he'd had enough, but he stopped it.
That's probably there's a health and safety thing there.
Well, yeah, of course,
down 3 times.
Yeah,
Kind of pause it on the moment that you went like that. But I kept getting it with like a split second after, and I thought, stuff that I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
What did it feel like after the moment you found out you were a world champion? What was that?
The moment you've done. Well, that's the blur. That bit's the blur.
Okay.
That bit's the blur. I can't remember that bit. I've watched the video back.
I think that was mad adrenaline.
Yeah, it's a bit cringy, to be honest. I'm like, fucking.
I don't think it were.
You're always going to think that. When
yeah,
you see
but it's
yourself,
like we're looking at. I'm like saying shit to Batewell, like, I think it's me and you, not Batewell, and shit like that. And he's like, yeah, I'll just kick you, and I'm like, yeah, he's like, is he best you've got? Because fucking bring it on and all this that, you know. And I'm not like that. So, but
yeah, but all that training and everything all boiled down to that point.
Yeah.
It's just a massive release, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is, man. But. Yeah, so, and then they got the guy in. They got the next guy who were meant to be fighting in this 8-man tournament. They got him in ring. Yeah, so, and then they got the guy in. They got the next guy who were meant to be fighting in this 8-man tournament. They got him in ring. I weren't aware he were getting it ring. I don't know if he were aware or not. But they got some guy.
Whoa. Backtrack. 8-man tournament?
Right, so 3 weeks before this fight, 4 weeks before, I get a phone call off Batewell. Listen, I know you've got this fight, but we're doing an 8-man tournament. Do you want to fight in it?
This is bare knuckle as well.
Yeah, this is full bare knuckle. Winner takes, I think it was either 3 or 5 grand or something like that. So I just said, look, pencil me in, but obviously it's all going to be down to how my hand is, because my hand's been. I didn't tell Batewell that what had been problem with my hand, because I didn't want to get him back to the Australian guy.
Yeah. So
what I just said is obviously it's if my hands are all right, I don't see why not. Already off. We usually go a bit earlier because of fight and that we put it off till after. So I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, mate, because you know my hands are going to be a mess and. I'm going to Marbella for 2 weeks with family mates, so I'm going to be eating and drinking every day, blah, blah, blah. So obviously after the fight, my hands were bruised and all the rest of it. I went on holiday and come back 12 kilo heavier. And through Desperados and Italian pasta every day.
€1.29 for 6.
Yeah, so I had to.
He'd be impressed.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I had to let him know that obviously I couldn't fight in that fight, so. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Okay, so
what's next? I spoke to him on phone last week. In fact, we've been trying to get this podcast going for like 3 weeks.
We thought you were blowing us off, to be honest. Dog issue, tyre issue.
Well, something were telling me not to come and do this past the you, Gav, didn't I?
Yeah.
And the first one, I think it was dog first, wasn't it? Yeah, dog at emergency vets that night. And then other night I had
a couple of weeks. You've lost that money in park, and then
I know I lost 150 quid walking my dog, and then they nailed me like 200 quid with the dog for being ill, and then I had a blowout on back tyre with my little lad in car.
What, skidding and stuff? Or
No,
is
quite
it
luckily. I don't drive fast, so I only go about 40. It just boom, gone. I must have hit something, yeah. I say I don't drive fast. I would turn ass in about 120 miles an hour the day before down motorway because I was late to get home for kids at school. So
we'll cut that out.
Yeah, not our podcast.
Mick Young's buddies.
I weren't driving, Mick. Come on, Mick. It weren't me, mate. You got a video, Mick. But yeah, so anyway, we got here at the end, didn't we?
We did.
So yeah, the next fight, anyway, you're saying then, I got offered. My mum doesn't know about it then. I got offered. My mum doesn't know about this, so I hope she's not listening. A left-way fight.
That's that way, left way.
British,
Left-way, right.
British title. It's a vacant British title for. There were 2 vacant ones actually. There was a 78 kilo one which they offered me in the 9th of November, which I said, let me have a look at my weight, and I was like 96, so I had to lose like obviously, what's that, 18 kilos in 8 weeks. So that were obviously not, well, it probably is doable, but not comfortably, not enjoyably.
Not healthily, no.
Yeah. And plus the left way is, we did the bare knuckle boxing for 16 weeks, so your mind's just on punches. The left way is knees, kicks, elbows, headbutts.
Headbutts.
Yeah, this is full rules, this.
Yeah, what with that? There was something else.
Elbows, headbutts.
Headbutts.
Yeah, this is full rules, this.
Yeah, what with that? There was something
I'm going to
else.
say eye gouging as well.
No eye gouging and no groin strikes.
So after headbutts, if you knock someone down, they've got so many seconds.
Right, so
to get back up
if
or
I'm
something.
fighting you at left way and I knock you out clean, you're out cold, there's then a timer starts. Your corner men can run in, get you back to the corner, and they've got 5 minutes to get you ready to go again.
And can they use smelling salts and
They
stuff
can
like
use
that?
whatever you want.
Really?
Salt, it's the way forward.
They're slapping them. They're slapping them in the face. They're pouring water on them. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, that's the only way you can win.
And that's legal, is it?
By the way, right, that is the only way that you can win is by
them timing out.
Stopping them. It's 5 3-minute rounds with a 2-minute rest in between. Which is I don't know.
It seems.
What would possess you to want to do that?
Well, that's kickboxing, the elbows, the knees. Not so much headbutts. I've never done headbutts.
I was going to say, so it's more MMA, isn't it? Which is what you started.
It's like stand up. It's just like stand up fighting. But I always like doing knees, and when we're sparring and what, I like knees and elbows and kicks, especially. So I've watched these left way fights, and I don't know. I just thought, why not? Fuck it. Again, same as last time. Why not? It's more and more kind of my thing. Yeah, fight's a fight, and
so
that's my thing.
When is it?
So they offered me that one on 9th, obviously, which is off because I just couldn't do it. So somebody's took them 2 fights, but I just couldn't make that weight anyway. So he said on the 29th of February at Turton. I think they've got a nice place at Turton. They're doing it. Old 6,000 people apparently. Yeah. I don't know where it is. Got one for 81 kilos, which is apparently. Yeah. I don't know where it is. Got one for 81 kilos, which is the vacant British title. So,
do you wear gloves on that as well?
No, bare knuckle.
Proper bare knuckle, no wraps. Is it wraps?
Come on, guys, it's headbutts, mate. They're not going to be. Well, you can put. You can put a few bandages over your knuckles or whatever.
Looking like Mumra.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing that one. So that's next. And then after that, if I'm not dead, I think there's some Italian guy's been calling me out, some Italian champion. I can't remember his name now, some Italian dickhead. He's been...
trash talk starting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, well, do you know something? Do you know something, though? Since I've won that belt, I've had so many people messaging me shit like never before.
So has your life changed?
Yeah.
World champion?
Yeah, people give me shit more.
Oh, really?
I'm not even joking. Oh, I've had some guy who used to live in Darwin, Steve Walsh, I don't know what he's called, telling me he can do me and Stevie at the same time. And
Is that him that lives abroad?
that's him that I put on Facebook looking for his address, actually.
Right.
If I find your address, Steve Walsh, you're getting it, lad.
He didn't look like a fighter.
Why didn't you call him when you were in Spain?
Yeah, I'll be in Spain next year, Steve Walsh, you dick. Luckily for him, the place where I've literally just come back from in Marbella is like from here to shop away. So I know where his bar is. I know where your bar is, Steve Walsh. It's Sussex Bar if you're listening, and I'm coming for you. so
is that right? So people have been trolling.
Oh mate,
you?
I've been getting trolled honestly constantly. I actually, this is how much it is. I said to my missus, she said, I changed my profile picture. I took the picture off of me with the belt just after the fight because I was getting like friend requests on Facebook, just like random people from Kenya and people from Kenya and Ghana.
Oh, listen, you're a celebrity now.
No, just writing shit to me. No.
Right.
I mean, like, giving me shit and, like, just random stuff, 20, 30 friend requests a day. So I took it off. Yeah. Took it off because people are giving me shit.
That's weird,
isn't it weird? It is. That's what and that's the truth, that. Yeah, I've got shit for it, mate. It's mad, isn't it?
The last person you really want to offer out and give shit to is a world champion, isn't it?
Bare knuckle fighter.
Crazy, mate. People.
The thing is, everyone's a keyboard warrior. Everyone's hard behind a keyboard and on a mobile, aren't they?
Especially that Steve Walsh.
Well, I told him I was going to make him famous. I said, Steve Walsh, I am going to make you famous, mate. I said, by the end of this week, I thought I'm not keep going back and forth with this guy. Telling me he's going to smash me and Stevie, he was going to do all sorts. And I'm just like, why are you even messaging me, mate? I don't even know who you are. It started off right when I don't even know who you are. It started off right when Stevie had that fight of a week or messaged me on one of my posts that I put a picture of me and Stevie saying, "Oh, what a shame. Give him a big cuddle from me, won't you? Nearly as bad as you when you got dinked." And I thought, hold on a minute. So I clicked onto his face. I thought, who is this guy? I don't even know him, so I've put back, like, do I even know you, mate, you cheeky bastard? Well, he starts inboxing me from there, and it starts from there. This was going on for 2 days, this. He's like, back and forth. I'm like, mate, who even are you? He even sent me a video when I got put on my ass in one of my first fights 10 years ago, this guy. Wow. So at that point...
He's a stalker. You've got a stalker.
At that point...
The price of fame,
yeah,
mate.
I thought, I'm getting nowhere with this kid. I thought, right, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So I said, Mr. Walsh, by the end of this week, mate, you are going to be famous. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I mean, mate, you nonce. You're going to be famous. So I'm messaging him, Steve, the countdown is on, 5 days till you are famous, 4 days. So he's deleted me, he's blocked me, everything. He's come off Facebook, the full lot of that, yeah. So... I'll see you, Steve.
Maybe that's the way to get rid of stalkers. He's just
maybe.
a stalker. You've just got a stalker.
Yeah, I know, mate. It's just
crazy.
like just random,
We've got nothing better to do. There's trolls all the time. I mean, I think the best troll was fighting. I don't know whether you ever seen it, but there was this American guy who used to offer out all the top world champions.
Yeah, and Deontay Wilder nailed him.
Oh, it was a young 16-year-old lad who got him in the end, but he used to go sparring, and it was like, it started off really gentle, and then all of a sudden, he'd like look away, or he weren't ready, and he'd absolutely smash him in the face, and then claim that he'd beaten him. Yeah,
well, Deontay Wilder had one, I think, didn't he? And then he actually went to Deontay Wilder's gym, and it's on YouTube. You can find it, and he nails him. Even he's calling him in and trying to pull him away, and he's throwing him off. And he just nails this kid. Yeah, but it's just, I don't know what it is, mate.
It's human nature, mate. Social media, human nature. As soon as you see somebody with a bit of success, or they'll just start some shit and start trolling, or just insult you and just try and rile you.
Yeah, I mean, but on the flip side of that, and I did want to say this tonight because what I did notice leading up to that fight, a lot of bad shit happens in Darwin, and people will say, oh, it's a bad place to live and, all the rest of it. The support I got for this fight were absolutely, it were And it's sending tingles over my body now, actually, as I say, because it honestly, I'm going running, people are stopping it, go on, guys, I will be watching, you know, like, just people stopping me in the street, we'll be watching, and, you know, just wishing me well and that. And we had it for weeks and weeks. You know, people, even at petrol station, one behind the petrol going out map and that kind of thing. Yeah. And, you know, that's a pretty proud thing, you know. I felt pretty proud then, yeah. So, you know, for all dickheads that do that, you know, there's thousands of good people that actually do wish you well.
It's a good point.
Yeah, you know, it's, but yeah.
So what's the, after this next thing?
Death fight.
It's like the karate, isn't it? Blood sport.
After this next end game, what's the actual end game? What's coming out of all this?
You know what? I don't know, Gav. I'm just going to roll with it and see what happens, man. To be fair, I don't know whether I said to you guys last time, the plan on this fight were, you know, I weren't even going to do the bare knuckle. I said that, didn't I? It never really thingered me, but the plan were...
Yeah, he teased you into it though, didn't he? When you made that phone call, he kind of knew.
He knew, didn't he?
He was wait and he knew.
Yeah, he knew, didn't he? So the idea were to go in, win the belt, knock it on it.
He teased you into it though, didn't he? When you made that phone call, he kind of knew.
He knew, didn't he?
He was wait and he knew.
Yeah, he knew, didn't he? So the idea were to go in, win the belt, knock it on the head, walk away champion. That's what I told my missus I were going to do. That's what I told my mum. That's what I told everybody. And that, and genuinely, in my head, that's what I were going to do. But, you know.
But this kind guy, you said he was going to do your rematch, and now I don't look like it's going to do because you wanted his Commonwealth.
Yeah, he's still got his Commonwealth, and it doesn't...
that's not his Commonwealth, that's your Commonwealth.
Well, it doesn't sit well with me, that, because, you know, so I've kind of said, like, a winner takes all. But he said yeah, and I do think he will do a rematch, but I think he's having a bit of a warm-up fight before it.
A bit of a strategy rethink.
Yeah, I think so. You know, you got to get his confidence back, which is fair enough, you know.
Yeah.
So if he's still got his Commonwealth early next year, after I've done this left-way fight and smashed this Italian guy, then if he's still got it, then he can have it. Then, you know, we'll do that then.
That's it. Had he put his Commonwealth on the line and lost it, he'd have no leverage.
Yeah, it's good business from him, really. It's good business from him, really. He didn't have to, you know. He didn't have to, so it's good business for him, innit? He still holds a bit of weight, doesn't he? You know, it's still good business for the...
It's leverage, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. It's still good business for the fight promotion because, like I say, he brings a lot of fans and he brings a lot of promotion to the fight promotion, doesn't he? So
yeah,
it's good for them too. But we'll see. That means, you know, that's if he keeps hold of it. You know, there's a lot of people coming into this now.
I think I'm sure he's fighting someone else for his Commonwealth.
Is he?
In
November.
Possibly November.
Yeah, is he?
In
November.
Possibly November.
Yeah, maybe. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, anything can happen from now till February. I mean, this left-way fight might not happen. If I'll be honest with you, if somebody else from another organisation or anywhere else offer me a better fight, a better money, I'm there. It's not. I'm not solely staying in with this promotion and just doing this. I think I put a thing on Facebook of the week. You know, back in training now. If anybody's got a fight out there, going out to promoters, not bother what it is, whether it's MMA or whatever it is, just let me know. You know, because at the end of the day,
are you training for this left-way fight now?
Yeah, I've just started.
How do you train for that? We headbutts and shit.
Well, you don't. It's just same. It's basically Thai boxing, kickboxing, K1 style, isn't it? But you know, you can throw a few out, but I don't know. I mean, there's a guy called, I can't remember his name. I've been watching him, just like his technique and how he does things, but I don't know. There again, it's a new thing to me. So
that's a technique thing, though, isn't it? Because you're not going to throw a headbutt if you.
It's all close quarter stuff. Yeah, so it's like punches into knees, into elbows, and then headbutts. But how you get back out from that, I don't know. So we'll have to have a look at that. But like I say, it might not even happen. But that's what's booked in. That in my head, that's what's happening, and that's the one I want because that's for a British title. And what I want now is belts and money.
Yeah,
and that's it. I'm not interested in anything else, to be honest. You know, so we'll see. But I did get offered a Bellator fight doing MMA. My mate Carl Prince, who's promoter for a Bellator, he offered me but that was 93 kilo or two in November. Well, 93 kilos too heavy. I'm 96 now, but these 93 kilo guys cut from 6'5", and I've been down that road before, and we're not going there again. We're not going there again. So we'll see. We'll see what comes up. There's fights coming up all the time. There's new fight promotions all the time. Even there's different BKB organisations. They might.
There's quite a few. Yeah,
there's quite a few. There's so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm back in training now. I'm ready to go again. And I want to go again now. So, and it seems like everybody else wants to go with me again now since I've got that. So,
of course, man. Success. Great success, doesn't it?
We'll see. Yeah.
So have you? I know you mentioned Deontay Wilder a little while ago, and obviously we've got the AJ fight coming up in the not too distant future. Are you still backing the Fat Mexican?
The Fat Mexican. Go Andy Ruiz. I love this guy.
Mr. Greggs.
Mate, I love this man. I swear to God, I love him, and he'll beat him again. I think.
Fair enough.
But have you seen? Because he just looks like a roidhead last time. If you look at
he was way too big.
Mate, have you not seen the difference from that? Oh, wow, it's massive. He looks like his younger brother. His younger, unroided brother. It's mad. He looks gaunt. Not gaunt, but there's no muscle to him. So now, obviously, they've gone for speed and movement.
Yeah.
He's going to be staying on his jab and trying to pepper him away this time. Whether or not he will, I hope he doesn't, because I love that Andy Ruiz. He's just like a top guy, isn't he?
Well, it's going to be a good fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The hooks are in, aren't they? Because you got, Ruiz is going to do him again, and then you've got all the AJ guys going.
Yeah.
He's ready this time. He was lucky.
Yeah. Bullshit. He's got no chin, I don't think. I don't know. I shouldn't say he's got no chin.
You can have a chin, Gaz, and somebody hits you 16, 17, 18 stone.
Of course. But I think he'd give up in that fight. I shouldn't say he's got no chin, because obviously, he's getting it, and I've been put on my ass before, and it's one of them things. But I just think he'd give up in that fight. I shouldn't say he's got no chin, because obviously, he's getting it, and I've been put on my ass before, and it's one of them things. But I just think he'd give up in that fight, which surprised me. As a champion, you shouldn't be giving up. You're going out on your shield, as they say. I will do, and 99% of champions I've ever known, or even just fighters in general, will do. They'll tell you, you give up in that fight. It's as simple as that. He could have carried on. I mean, the thing that surprised me, we're going back to his corner, and he's saying to his that Rob McCracken, what combination I've had to hit him with, what I've had to do, and that just shocked me. What did he hit me with? What combination that was for? I mean, come on.
Yeah, should know.
That's just I've never even heard that before. What is he? And that to me, we're. So I think he's. I don't know. We're. So I think he's. I don't know. We'll see.
And what about you watched the Luke Campbell-Lomachenko fight?
I watched it on a replay, yeah.
I watched it on replay.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were going to struggle with Luke Campbell, because Luke Campbell is massive at that weight.
He's got a really long reach as well.
He's massive, and he's a good fast fighter, and he just shows how good Lomachenko is. Yeah, to go up a weight and fight somebody that big, So, anyway,
So a bit closer to home and boxing, you were down in Essex recently?
Yeah, we were down in Essex, yeah. Didn't go to plan, but, as nights do.
It's boxing. You get caught, you get out.
There was some really, really, really good lads in that.
Do you know what I didn't understand? In the first fight, there was that massive guy who was like an ogre.
Okay.
And he won the first
round. They were just warm-up fights.
So they weren't part of it?
No, they weren't part of it. They were just two warm-up fights, yeah.
Because he was big, wasn't he?
He was massive.
He was big, wasn't he?
He was massive.
Yeah.
He won his fight, and I thought, why didn't we see him again?
Yeah, Stevie knows him. Stevie calls him Lenny, I think, or something like that. Yeah, big Welsh roid anyway, weren't he? He were in changing rooms with his after, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't go to plan. But the guy who Stevie fought, that Ty Mitchell, awesome fighter, fast.
And he won it, didn't
he? He did win it, yeah. I think me more than anybody massively underestimated that kid.
It wasn't nice to see watching the fight when I noticed Stevie's.
But you know what though? The thing with Steve before that is not a lot of people knew this either. He had a massive injury in his hand. That night he fought at Roxy, and he absolutely took that guy apart. He hit him with an uppercut, and his middle knuckle was blown up like a golf ball inside it.
Oh, he had to go and have something done as well.
So
didn't
he had the same. He had the same injection that I had to have, right? Because he couldn't even hit a bag. He couldn't. You know, it's sparring. Sparring is what you need.
Sorry,
cat.
Just attacked by a cat.
Cat's attacking us. Yeah. You know, he didn't get any sparring whatsoever. I think he sparred probably 5 times before that fight because of his hand.
Yeah.
And you need 6-8 weeks sparring for them kind of fights, especially when you're fighting three fights in one night against, you know, southpaws and all. You know, that kid he fought with an awkward southpaw.
Yeah.
You know, he was tall, he was rangy, he was fast. And no doubt, you know, looking at some of his Instagram posts and that, like we were saying before, he'd had some awesome sparring. I think he was sparring Tyson Fury, Dillian White, Tony Bellew, people like that. So, you know, he'd been more than.
He's got some experience.
Oh yeah, and he had some good preparation for that. So, I mean, to me, I don't know. I think I'd still put my money on Stevie beating him 9 really would. I just think it was that kid's night, and I said that to Steve Orr, and and what I don't think helped Steve Orr was the fact that he just put that guy to bed
That was over in 15 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know, I don't think it did him any good, that, because, you know, I think he needed a bit of a warm-up. That time, Mitchell had a good warm-up fight, you know, you can get a feel for it, you can get a feel for the ring, you know, for the crowd, for everything. Stevie didn't do that, but, you know, no detriment to Stevie, because Stevie, that first shot that Stevie hit that first kid were absolutely awesome, so. And it just weren't his night, and it's as simple as that. You know,
it weren't nice to watch.
I honestly do think that you put Stevie against him 90 times out of 100, he beats him. And I'd still put my money on Stevie beating him again. If he has a good camp, a good fight camp. You need a good fight camp. It's against top level guys like that. Yeah. You need it, and he didn't get to have it because of his. Yeah. You know, and it doesn't matter how fit you are or anything, mate. Sparring's the key to everything.
Well, I've only seen Stevie fight a few times myself personally, you know, in person. I've never seen him dropped. I've never seen him lose a fight. Everything's always been bang on, and I've watched his training on, you know, as he's been putting on social media. Yeah. And then to see him like that, I was like stood up in the living room with my hands on my head. It was like, oh my God.
Man, it's hard to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it was horrible.
I mean, even harder for him, because he put everything in. He put everything into that. I mean, he trained hard for that. But, you know, Stevie's, he's tough as nails, Stevie. And
it's like I say with age,
and mentally.
It's how you come back.
Yeah, he comes back. Stevie will come back better than that night. And, you know, he'll use it as a learning curve, and no doubt, I do think he'll come back better for that.
Yeah,
won't seem like it now, but you know, I mean, I got sparked clean out on my, you know, in front of me, come back better for that.
Yeah,
won't seem like it now, but you know, I mean, I got sparked clean out on my, you know, in front of 200 of my mates in Blackpool. About 10 years ago, which is what my mate Steve Walsh sent me. Thanks for that, Steve. You know,
motivation.
It happens to everybody. You know, Mike Tyson's been sparked. You know, Ali got sparked, and you know, everybody.
I genuinely think it's how you come back from that.
Of course it is. You know, of course it is. But it's you know,
and go right. Let's come back a bit. Let's improve.
Yeah, it's a mental battle. It's mental warfare with yourself. You know, you're having
your own worst enemy, aren't you?
Most definitely.
Is that what you've done, Mike?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but he'll come back, and he'll get his pro badge back next April, May, I think it is. You know, and he's back at Matvienko's now, back at Alex Matvienko's at Elite, and that to me is where he needs to be, and that's where he'll excel most. And
so he's back.
A load of weight on him, like 100 kilo, like, you know, so made me feel a little bit better. But yeah, he's back on his bike, he's back running, he's back at Elite next week, I'm back at Elite, so, you know, we'll work together, we'll get him back on, and he'll be fine. And like I say, I do think it'll make him better. I really do. So, we'll see.
Is it what an experience, though, as well, you know what I mean?
He's took some balls doing what Stevie's done there, you know. He took 87 people down, by the way, to Essex, which in itself is phenomenal. Man. I don't know anybody that could do that. You know, I think I took 156, 160, and that were into Manchester. So to take half of that, to Brentwood, Essex is just by far, you know, it's awesome in itself. It took
some of the
a lot of
pictures.
bottle to do what he's done there and fight 3 fights in one night.
That's not a normal thing, is it?
No, on a big show, you know, it takes a certain kind of person to do that. And
if we saw some of the pictures. I think we saw some of the pictures. I think Turner and Jan certainly didn't look like they were from Darwin. With the,
Essex,
with the shoes and
Jan
the
Essex,
shirts.
Johnny Essex. Yeah. So it was a good day. I found it actually quite difficult because I weren't drinking. I'm doing Stevie's corner. I'm like, right, so I can't drink, can't get wasted. Everybody's drinking on train at 10:30 in the morning, and I'm like, no.
Focus.
Focus. Stevie's going to be pissed off if I turn up hammered. Well, I did well until about 4:00. I had an half, and then led on. Turned up half rat-assed. Half, yeah. So Steve was like, you better not be rat-assed when you get here. I'm like, no.
I'm fine, mate, I'm fine.
Luckily, we had an hour journey in coach to get to the venue, so I didn't have a drink then. So yeah, but no, it is what it is that night. It was just that time, Mitchell's night. And you replay it back against.
So he's got a good support network around him. He's got lots of mates to keep him.
Of course he has.
On the straight and narrow, and you're back in training as well now, so it's going to be focus.
We will be back early next year.
So what date's this one out of yours?
29th, the death fight. 29th. The death fight is being named.
It shall be forever known as the death fight.
Fight to the death. Yeah, so that's 29th of Feb. So
wicked. Well, listen, we'll keep supporting, we'll keep sharing. Hopefully, people will, listen to this again, and it's been great getting an insight from you.
Well, thanks for asking me on again.
Yeah, no, we need to do Fighting Talk Volume 3. So
if I'm here. After the death fight. The death fight, yeah.
Well, listen, man, good luck with your training, good luck with your diet.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to supporting you on social, and if there's anything we can do to help support and promote, then, we'll do it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We can do to help support and promote, then, we'll do it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Listen, right, next time we will speak in a week, and I guarantee he's back on the beat.
Yeah, back on
guarantee
it.
Yeah.
We are not at condition with
Yeah.
Wicked. Listen, Hot Podders, thank you for listening. As ever, if you've got any comments, you want to ask any questions, post it up on the blog. You can get us on the website at the www.thelancashirehotpod.com. You can get us on Spotify, iTunes, and
now
Podbean.
on YouTube.
Oh, and yes, we're going to be on YouTube. Gaz has finally drilled me down. And that's a Gav. All right. No beer, is it? No, is it playing with your ears now?
It makes him deaf as well.
He can't understand anything now because everything's actually clear.
Deaf.
So yes.